Hey, yo, peace to the gods, peace to the earths. This your man, the King of Truth. King Truth is Allah, coming on this Understanding Equality Day. Understanding Equality Day of August, right? Peace. Oh, man, where I begin? Well, I guess I can start with the math. So, how I see today's math is 8. And supreme math, we just add 2 plus 6. We break the numbers back down. We add 2 plus 6. Understanding plus equality is 8, which is build, destroy. So, based on what's going on in the news, what's trending is KeefeD's fake murder case, right? Now the murder trial is real, but the actual murder is fake. So they have build a case against Dwayne KeefeD Davis on a fake murder. And to destroy that fake murder, you need the truth, right? And so the truth of the matter is Fagavelli, Tupac Manure, Tupac Shakur is not dead. He is in Stone Mountain, Georgia, or he could be in Las Vegas. He could be in LA, California somewhere. But he is not dead, right? And so, to get to the truth, you gotta just destroy a lie. And that's what needs to happen with KeefeD. Somebody needs to destroy that lie that Tupac is dead. And that's what I've been trying to do. And so, I'm very disappointed in what I've been seeing. It's a lot of misinformation going around, and based on the first videos and the first statements come out, people have been lied to. So let's destroy some lies, right? So let's destroy Reggie Wright lies. Reggie Wright, chief of security, head of security, started his own security company, they say, called Right Way Security. Based off his last name, Wright. Reggie Wright started Right Way Security and then contracted with DeathRow, which is Suge Knight, one of his childhood friends, right? And so now I don't know if it was, I don't even know if Reggie was in Las Vegas, when this happened, but Reggie takes credit for creating the lie that they jumped on BabyLane because he and some other people earlier that day or that week, that day, the previous day, jumped on somebody from DeathRow. They say that, BabyLane and some friends jumped on Trayvon Lane. Now it's ironic and coincidental that Trayvon name is Trayvon Lane, I guess. And BabyLane's street name is BabyLane. His real name is Orlando Anderson, but they call him BabyLane. So Trayvon, so BabyLane allegedly jumped on Trayvon Lane and stole his death row chain, according to Reggie Wright, right? So that's the reason Reggie Wright say Tupac and DeathRow and Suge and jumped on BabyLane in the casino. They said they saw him over there wearing the death row chain, and they proceeded to take it back from BabyLane. Right, so now people ask me, so I got some videos on here, some more talking about BabyLane Crips and how the BabyLane Crips came to be. You know, some people wanted to form that name in support of BabyLane because they had found out that DeathRow and Reggie Wright was lying on him, right? And they didn't want to jump in his neighborhood set gang of South Compton Crip or Southside Compton Crips. So they wanted to show support of him, and they created BabyLane Crips. I don't gangbang, but I understand. And they reached out to me because I'm about the truth. You understand? I don't have no fear of telling the truth, of trying to solve a problem, solve an issue peacefully. You understand? So, you know, so in support of BabyLane, so what happened was somebody, I don't know know it was BabyLane, but I think it was some investigators overseas, Africa, London, somewhere in New York, could have been Las Vegas, did their own independent investigation, and they found that. Now, I wish I could prove, but you can't. I mean, so they found that BabyLane had not visited Fox Hill Mall, Nevada. He and so that whole reason for jumping on BabyLane is a lie. There is no video footage. Fox Hill Mall has video, and then Frank Alexander, Tupac bodyguard, said they told him. Somebody told him, Reggie Wright. Somebody told him that this happened in the Foot Locker at Fox Hill Mall, and so there was an interview of Frank Alexander saying they jumped on Trayvon Lane in Foot Locker in Fox Hill Mall. All these stores have video, and they have video back then. They know who shot me. Right? So I'm thinking about something else, right? So they saying this happened in Foot Locker and maybe spilled out into the mall. But that's totally untrue. This is 1996, and they have video. Fox Hill Mall had video. There was no video. So now, to further disprove Reggie Wright's story, you have to get a date and time, right? A date and a time. We got the location. The location is Fox Hill Mall. So, you got to get a date and time from Reggie Wright that this happened. And so you have to keep in mind that they are from California, and they out there from, they are from California, and they out in Las Vegas to see Mike Tyson fight, right? So you got to take in account, where he was at the time Reggie going to say, and I'm pretty sure BabyLane got proof of any date and time that Reggie Wright makes up, that BabyLane has actual proof that he was not there, right? Further, to destroy a lie, you need the truth. So you see the video footage of them ambushing BabyLane. Like you see like you see some of the kicking, a bunch rail kicking. You see Suge kicking. I put Suge kicking on my Instagram. I put bunch rail kicking on my Instagram. It's on YouTube. You see BabyLane standing over there with security. That's all on YouTube. You see Tupac and them leaving the fight area and him, walking somewhere. You see them leaving after the fight, rushing out, walking fast out the casino or the ambush, because it was all them versus one dude, which is BabyLane. So you say security has come high tech, but casinos have always had high tech security. They got when the motorcycle club, the Hells Angels, got into a shootout in a casino. That's all on video. So casinos are infamous. They are security minded, right? They have to be, right, for the protection of its customers, and its business, right? They got a lot of money in there, right? So they have to be security minded. So they seen BabyLane standing over there with a DeathRow chain on. So let's pause. So let's rewind. So let's assume they have the technology that they could follow BabyLane to when he first got into the casino. When he walked in, they say, they can backtrack and see his movements, right? So now I hear, when I suggested they do that, because to have footage of this, they should have BabyLane had on no DeathRow chain. You could show and prove BabyLane did not have on a DeathRow chain. And then to further that, you can prove Trayvon Lane had on his DeathRow chain. Tupac had on his DeathRow chain. Suge had on his DeathRow chain. Bunch L had on his DeathRow chain. Right? So they lie. And so they jumped on him for nothing. Tupac, like I say, this is my second time, Tupac wanted to self-initiate himself into the mob power rules. By sizing up and confronting and hitting BabyLane. He wanted to show he bad. He wanted to show his ass to Suge and the mob power rules, right? So yeah, man. Yeah. So, that dude foul. And so, and his audio, I think I can't, but it was video and audio of Tupac screaming out while BabyLane on the ground, "This is my power rule." He say, "This my power rule." So he is gangbanging on another gangbanger. Right? And so they'll charge KeefeD with a gang enhancement. Being a ball shot caller of the South Compton Crips. Right? So Tupac started all this. He the first one run up on BabyLane. BabyLane go down, then bunch rail. And they don't know BabyLane. Now Trayvon Lane, so I heard Trayvon Lane say he went to school with BabyLane, high school with BabyLane. I don't know. He was just saying, there goes South Compton Crip. He was just recognizing they go South Compton Crip over there. Right? And so, you know, and so Tupac and Buncherell, now, you know, Trayvon Lane said, you know, he didn't hit BabyLane. You know, he didn't mean for them to do that by just, you know, they go South Compton Crip. And he had to say that because Tupac don't know BabyLane, and Frank Alexander, who was right behind Tupac when he walked up on BabyLane, heard Tupac ask BabyLane, "Are you a South Compton Crip?" And he hit him. That's what Tupac's own personal bodyguard said. Now, Frank Alexander has passed, you know, but his statement's still out there. But, you know, man, you know, so, you know, they've been lying, man. And then and Idi Amin took the stand yesterday, and he was like, you know, they shot him, and, you know, and it's to my belief that Idi Amin know Tupac is not dead. And you know, he act like, and you know, so he act like the way he talk that Tupac was wronged for being shot. Like he don't know what happened. And so he was close to Tupac's half sister. And it's like Tupac ain't never told them the truth. See what I'm saying? So, you know, man, it's kind of sickening for me to watch this shit and the things they say and do about Biggie and Tupac, and knowing they not dead. So, you know, people try to call me, I ain't no snitch. I'm a stand-up real dude. But real, you know, is gotta come from other people, you know. So, you know, I believe I'm real. I'm you know, I believe I'm 100% stand-up real dude. You know, I'm not gonna fake, perpetrate, pretend, none of that. If the dude was gangbanging, he was gangbanging, deal with it accordingly. See what I'm saying? So, you know, man, but all this trying to cover up for the dude, you know, make everybody look stupid. Because Mob Jane swept down that, now, Mob Jane believed that he was supposed to be, you know, that it was some outstanding beef, and they was supposed to wreck him. That ain't Tupac's job to jump on them. So, you know, they believe that Trayvon or whoever mob pop rules that was in attendance with that night was supposed to be getting at BabyLane for whatever reason. But if they told the truth, they would tell you there was no outstanding beef. So it come back to Tupac wanting the gang, but he wanted to show his ass. You know, now this, you know, this how I see it. This my opinion, based on all the information. That's I don't know nothing nobody know, but they not. I seen them. They, you know, people, the prosecutor, attorney, and KeefeD defense attorney may believe that they not dead, but they don't know. They can't. There's no way for them to, like, you know, really prove it unless they send an investigator to the address that they can go check in Stone Mountain, Georgia. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm gonna show you this video by Mob. Hold on.
Tupac didn't know Orlando. Tupac didn't know KeefeD. He ain't never seen these people. Tupac came to Compton maybe 2 or 3 times. I've seen him. So This situation didn't have nothing to do with it. All our homeboys was at the fight. Now Tupac was told that's him that tried to take my chain. Tupac took off to prove his loyalty, and it cost him his life. He should have set his ass down and mind his business. Suge should have, instead of trying to join the fight, get Tupac out of there. Tupac should have never been in that situation or allowed himself to fight for one of us, because you ain't lived that life. You ain't one of us. All I can say is when Tupac got killed, revenge was a must. Somebody had to pay the price. And if there was no repercussion with Tupac, everything and everybody with Suge Knight looked like shit. So before we let that happen, somebody got to go. Tupac didn't know Orlando. Tupac didn't know KeefeD.
So yeah, that was a mob, right? Mob James. That's Buntrell, big brother. That's Buntry is the one in the white pantsuit that was kicking BabyLane. You know, for no reason. Right? And so, you know, man, it's crazy, man. But you know, man, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? I don't know what to tell you, man. It's bullshit, man. So, you know, man, they got to destroy these lives by sending somebody to retrieve Fagavella, Tupac manure. You know, and so I don't know who that's. So now it look like that's on. And so I read some things that some people in law enforcement in Las Vegas said that KeefeD has a good chance because they don't have pictures of the white car, fingerprints in the white car, gun trace residue, gun trace power, GSR, gunshot residue in the car. They don't have fingerprints, shell casings. They don't have the gun. They don't have a picture of them in the alleged white car. It could be a Cadillac, a Jaguar. I would put a first and second year Cadillac Escalade up there and ask the witnesses, is this the white Cadillac? See what I'm saying? So, you know, they don't have no proof but other 30-year-old testimony that, you know, that this white car contained them. And then you got Idi Amin said that it looked like come from the back seat, but just an arm and a hand with a gun come out. That, you know, that the alleged shooter ain't stick his head out the window. See what I'm saying? So now now that BMW, the back seats got the back door got bullet holes, and the front door then the side passenger got bullet holes. So if it was a 4-door and the car pulled up and like back seat to front seat, then you really can't see who in the front seat or the back seat if it's dark. You see what I'm saying? So if that is true, if the car that they were allegedly in was not processed by police, fingerprints, gunpowder, shell casings, if they don't have the gun that did the shooting, how can you prove a murder based on uncredible, biased testimony? See what I'm saying? No pictures. If they don't have casino video of the South Compton Crips or whoever getting in a white Cadillac or white Benz or white Jeep, who's to say they did it? if there was no traffic cameras, there were no footage from any store or business that faced the street. You see what I'm saying? Where is more physical forensic evidence other than people on the street? You see what I'm saying? Because people on the street at that time of night was tipsy, they was distracted, and they would have been ducking. You know, this is what they said. This is what Greg Kading said about Lil C's sitting behind Biggie. And Lil C's was sitting behind Biggie in a Suburban when Biggie got shot. And he said Greg Kading is the LAPD cold case detective that investigated Biggie's shooting, said that you didn't see none Lil C's. You was ducking and running and drunk. So your testimony ain't good. So if Lil C sitting behind Biggie, when Biggie got in his testimony, what is somebody in a line of cars or across the street, down the street, testimony good? You see what I'm saying? So that's all I'm saying, man. That, you know, I think I don't know. I think KeefeD lawyer need to do a better job in discrediting all these witnesses and the lack of physical and forensic evidence. That's all I'm saying. They don't have a car, the gun. Like you can retain some of the fragments that come out of Suge and Facavelli, but where's the gun to match these fragments, these bullets too? You see what I'm saying? So, you know, that's, you know, y'all gotta take consideration. So that's all I'm saying. I'm in the big truck right now. I'm on E-Law. See my name right there? See right there. I'm getting loaded. So that's it. I'm out. Peace.